Okay, students, now our next topic is DHCP. So basically, can anybody just raise your hand? What is DHCP? Only just DHCP stands for. Can anybody tell me? DHCP stands for. Just raise your hand. Nobody. Otherwise, I'm going to call. Yes, Joban.
सर डायनामिक होस्ट कॉन्फ़िगरेशन प्रोटोकॉल।
ठीक है, आप कॉन्फ़िगरेशन बोल सकते हो, आप कंट्रोल बोल सकते हो, डायनेमिक होस्ट कंट्रोल प्रोटोकॉल। ठीक है।
तो सर
So basically, uh, DHCP is a dynamic host control protocol. Now, basically, which is used to assign the IP address. So basically, it is used to assign the IP address. It is used to assign the IP address to the host, to the different hosts, and there is two ways to assign the IP address. Two ways. There is two ways to assign the IP address. So, can anybody tell me what are the two ways to assign the IP address? Yes, Sonia. Harnoor. सोनिया
हाँ जी सर।
सोनिया कौन से दो वे हैं टू असाइन द आईपी एड्रेस टू अ पर्टिकुलर पीसी और टू पर्टिकुलर होस्ट?
सर आईपी एड्रेस असाइन कैसे करते हैं?
हाँ जी, कौन से दो मेथड हैं?
सर वायरलेस और वायर्ड।
वायरलेस और वायर्ड
किए थे ना क्लास में।
चलो कोई बात नहीं, गलत है, बाद में बात करते हैं इस पे। यस रोहित।
सर स्टैटिक और डायनेमिक, जिसमें मतलब एक में मैनुअली हम करते हैं और दूसरा ये डायनेमिक होस्ट कंट्रोल प्रोटोकॉल से करते हैं।
आप कह सकते हो वन टाइप इज अ मैनुअल।
यस सर।
वन इज मैनुअल एंड वन इज
डायनेमिक।
ऑटो। ऑटो कॉन्फ़िगर आप बोल सकते हो।
यस
ऑटो कॉन्फ़िगर विद द हेल्प ऑफ DHCP. Whenever we are assigning IP address, तो basically we are having two ways to assign the IP address. One way is manually, जो हम लोगों ने लैब में भी किया था। इस केस में हम लोग जस्ट सिलेक्ट करते हैं assign the properties, then हम लोग IP assign करते हैं। Another way is automatic केस में सभी systems को अपने आप ही IP address होता है। तो automatic configuration IP address काम करता है with the help of DHCP protocol. So this is the basic definition for DHCP protocol. So these all are the configuration part, the function of DHCP, how we can configure DHCP protocol. So this is the how this process starts. So DHCP that works in a LAN environment. It works in a LAN environment. LAN environment, and we can say that DHCP server, that means ISP. They are assigning ISPs to ISP, that means gateway routers. So gateway routers in this case request IP address with the help of DHCP protocol. So they first send the request to the server. I want to join this network. Then server they assign the IP address to a particular host. So this is the process to assign the IP address with the help of DHCP protocol. So next in this case, that is address allocation mechanism. So address resolution mechanism, that means in this case, suppose we are having one server, DHCP server, one switch, and there are three systems. One act as a server, another is a management, and third one is a user. So basically, in this case, we are having three different types of ARPs. One is manual. Manual, that means we are talking about the server. Server, that means we are talking about the on a manual part. On a manual part. And second part is auto, that means permanent IP assigned by DHCP protocol. Another one is, third one is dynamic. Dynamic, that means any time your IP can be changed. So DHCP that assign the IP address to for 1 day. They assign the IP address for the maximum time is 1 day. That is default lease time. Basically, it's default lease time. You are getting IP address from the DHCP protocol, that is for 1 day only. So these are the three types of address allocation mechanism. So next we are having DHCP messages. So first, so what are the messages that are to receive the IP address? That is, first, where we add one system in a network. Where we add one system in a network, on that time, they don't have any IP address. They don't have any IP address. When switch on, switch, that means we are talking about the physical device of like switch and hub. When switch on, it since DHCP discover only client broadcast use to locate available DHCP server. Suppose we are having number of DHCP server over there. So first client they request to all they send request to all the DHCP servers. So DHCP offer is unicast. So basically it will give only one IP address to the client from the different pool. So DHCP requests that it configure first IP address that gives broadcast from the DHCP offer. So if we are talking about the if system is reboot, on that case system don't go to DHCP discover and DHCP offer. That directly go to the DHCP request. That directly goes to the DHCP request. So after requesting DHCP acknowledgement, then they acknowledge server configuration. Server configuration, that means server send acknowledgement message back to the different host, and your IP is this. And if server send negative acknowledgement, that is NACA, negative acknowledgement, that means change your IP address. So DHCP release that log off from the network or after 24 hours. So next is so in this case here you can see message flows. Here you can see there is a message flow. Suppose host A wants to communicate with the server. Suppose host A is working as a client and another one is a server. So first host send request to the server. I want an IP address. Then then server send reply back to the DHCP offer unicast. Then DHCP request broadcast or unicast, because we don't know how many servers are connected to the within network. Host A they send request to the DHCP server, maybe DHCP server more than one. So all, but only one can send IP address, and only one IP address is assigned to a particular PC. So before the start of conversation, host will assign. Before the start of conversation between the server, host will assign IP address by itself. Host will assign IP address by itself as source ID 0.0.0.0 as a IP address to a itself source ID. It send source ID. Or the gateway address is 255, 255, 255, 255, or we can say that subnet mask address. For first time, for the first time. Sometimes this is your destination ID. And why broadcast? Because if your server will not reachable, then any server will reply back to you. That is why host they send the request to the IP request to the multiple servers. So next is how a renewal and we can say that lease process. So in this case, suppose host A they ask for the extension of the network. Suppose because we know that the maximum time limit for particular IP address is 24 hours. So host A asks for the extension of the network. So in that case, if DHCP server will not reply, that host A wait for another half time. Basically, they send after half time to the server, I want new IP address or I want extension for this IP address. So this is a process to lease renewal time, because after 50% of lease period, that means after 12 hours, hosts send request to the server, I want extension of the network because my 50% time is over right now. So I want extension for this IP address. So next is DHCP rebinding expiry. So if DHCP server will allow reply that host A wait for another half time end, then again send DHCP request to a broadcast, because in previous case it is unicast. Right now they are sending broadcast request to the servers. So then host A will get positive or negative acknowledgement. Positive or negative acknowledgement. The next is IP address release. Suppose after sending broadcast message, no server will reply to the host A. Suppose that means your lease that is expired. If no server will reply back to the host A, that means your lease period is expired. So this is the address pool. Now we will see pool configuration. So suppose in this case, host A they send request to the DHCP server, and on the other hand, host B they again want to send the IP request to the server. Then address pool, the pool interface gigabit is assigned IP address to the particular host. Next is DHCP configuration tool. So this is a way to enable DHCP. So command for DHCP to enable that is DHCP enable. So DHCP, after DHCP enable, we assign particular port. Then particular port, or we can say that particular interface. Then you enter into the interface with the help of interface space gigabit port number 0/0/0. Suppose. Then select DHCP server. So this is the practical part to assign the, or we can say that to configure the DHCP protocol for the particular system. Next is after configuration part. If we want to display the whole configuration, you just type display IP pool interface, the particular Ethernet port. Then they will show you all configuration part of the. So next. So So again, this is DHCP global pool configuration. Again, DHCP enable to for the particular PC. Then IP pool, pool 2 if you want to create a number of pools. So this is the way to assign network address, mask address, uh, mask address, that means subnet mask address. So next is configuration display. After configuring the global part, then if you want to display the complete configuration, you just type display space IP pool. Then in this case, we are having two questions for this topic, that is which IP address should generally be excluded from the address. So let's we discuss later for this questions. First, I'm going to start launch first pool question. Is this pool question is available, or sorry, visible to all? So the first question, that is host A has been connected to switch A via switch port G gigabit Ethernet G0/0/1 and configured with the IP address. When host A initially forward a frame, what action will be taken by switch A? Switch A will drop this frame. Switch A will attempt to flood the frame to all ports except this particular interface. And switch A will forward the frame via port this and 3, which will receive this frame before returning the frame to. Second is RSTP mode. Both alternate and backup port cannot be forward user traffic, but can receive, process, and send BPDU. Okay, now I'm going to end the poll. So the answer for first question, that is option B. Switch A will attempt to flood the frame to all ports except for the G0/0/1 interface. So second question, that is RSTP mode. Both alternate and backup port cannot forward user traffic, but can receive, process, and send BPDU. So answer for this question is false. So now our next topic is Telnet. We already implement this Telnet concept. Can anybody just tell me what is the port number for Telnet? Anyone, just raise your hand. What is the port number for Telnet? And why we are using Telnet? Simranjeet Kaur, 377 roll number. Poonam, Rajat,
Yes, sir.
Rajat, what is the port number for Telnet?
हम्म, तो याद नहीं है।
और क्यों यूज करते हैं Telnet?
हम्म,
कुछ आइडिया? रीमा, yes,
Hello.
बोलो रीमा.
Yes, sir.
Why we are using Telnet? What is the principle for using the Telnet?
Sir, two-way communication.
है तो सारी टू वे कम्युनिकेशन.
Uh, port number पता है 23.
बहुत है. यस रोहित.
सर पोर्ट नंबर तो नहीं पता बट ये यूज होता है जैसे हम अगर एक कंपनी की अगर ब्रांच खोल रहे हैं और नेटवर्क चाहते हैं तो टेलनेट उस केस में यूज हो सकता है, आपने जैसा कि बताया था पहले.
मैंने बहुत कुछ बताया आपको भी. नंबर इज 23.
हेलो.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी रोहित.
यस सर.
पोर्ट नंबर इज 23. काफी हद तक ठीक है तुम्हारा. पोर्ट नंबर इज 23 and Telnet whenever we are talking about the remote login. Remote login in a particular network, that means we are talking about the Telnet. So remote login is a feature of Telnet, आप बोल सकते हो, the main use of Telnet. So next we are having the Telnet client server model. So basically client server model, that is work with the help of kernel, or we can say that operating system of the router. So basically this is work with the pseudo terminal driver and terminal driver to understand the commands. The commands, that means we are talking about the shell script. So this is a way to communicate with Telnet server. And on the similarly, Telnet client, that is work with the TCP IP protocol and terminal drivers, and are at they are communicating with the help of user at terminal. That means they are talking about the different commands. So next is authentication mode. So authentication mode in the case of Telnet, FTP will have AAA protocol. AAA protocol, that is, and in the case of Telnet, there is three different modes are there. One is none, that means there is no authentication mode in this case. And second one is AAA, that means complete authentication, countability, and authorization is there. Another part is the password. So password, whenever we are talking about the password, that means we are assigning password to a particular device. Whether we are talking about the access point. Next is how we can configure. So let's see how Telnet configure first. Configuration part of the IP. So in this case, there is one term that is VPY. So VPY that basically is the virtual interface, and 04. There you can see there is the option that is VPY 04. VPY 04. So this 04 means it allowed 5 simultaneously users to log in virtually, or we can say that remotely. So otherwise maximum is 15 users. That means we are using a particular command, that is user hyphen interface. User hyphen interface VPY 04. So in this means we are talking about the maximum number of 5 PCs they are communicable simultaneously, or exchanging files between those who are connected in a network. So authentication mode is password in this case. So if we choose a AAA as a authentication mode, then configure username, password, telnet, different privilege level. What type of privileges to assign the particular user or to the particular switch. So next is telnet configuration. So telnet, in the given example, telnet and dot configuration part. After this, you just press enter key, and authentication is only password. Then they will only ask password. So after entering the password, you will enter the network. So this is a way to configure the telnet. So this is a question based upon this topic, telnet. If the telnet service has been enabled but a user is unable to establish a telnet connection, what are the possible reasons for that? So possible reason for that, that means first possible reason is that may be code blocked, maybe code that is blocked. Second, that is maybe connection issue. These are the possible reason for the particular we can say that disconnection of the internet connection, unable to reach the connection. Third one is invalid password. So these three reasons, possible reason for the particular telnet connection. So next topic we have link aggregation. Any doubt in DHCP or Telnet? Please ask any question if you have any doubt in Telnet or DHCP. Otherwise, our next topic is link aggregation. question. Just raise your hand. Yes, Rohit.
सर पूल वाला कॉन्सेप्ट सही से समझ नहीं आया
पूल वाला कॉन्सेप्ट, कौन से पूल वाला कॉन्सेप्ट?
सर
So this is your assignment. That means here is a 3 switches, switch 1, switch 2 and switch 3, and there is 2 routers. They are directly connected with each other plus one switch. There is 2 PCs, one that is connected with the switch 2 and second that is connected with router 2. So here you just see there is a IP address is a given for all the devices. IP address for this PC, this switch, for this switch 3, PC1 for PC2, for this router, for this router. Connection port is given, whether there is a GE, gigabit ethernet Z/0/0/1, and you have to apply this port GE, gigabit ethernet 0/0/1. तो सेम ऐसे ही रहने चाहिए. यहाँ पे 1 है, that means 1, 0 है तो 0. So here we are applied, one is a trunk port over here, one is trunk port between 1 and 3 switch, 1 and 2, 2 and 3. Trunk port is there. From switch 2 to PC, there is access port. Because in previous lecture, I explained this part, how we can apply VLAN over there. Trunk 10, that means we are applying VLAN over there. Here is our router configuration part. So you people must configure to achieve these following tasks. One is configure devices name, device system parameters like name. You just first assign the name of the particular device. Apply trunk port जहाँ पे लिखा गया हुआ है between these two devices. That means you have to apply trunk port on switch 1, switch 2, switch 3. You have to apply access port over here, switch 2. You have to apply RSTP protocol. Can just anybody tell me how we can apply RSTP protocol? Anyone?
सिंटैक्स बताना है ये प्रोसीजर भी बताना
हाँ?
सर सिंटैक्स के प्रोसीजर बताने हैं
Syntax for applying RSTP protocol.
सर RSTP start
Command for applying the STP.
सर RSTP start
STP mode RSTP. This is a way to start RSTP mode. So
सर FTP node RSTP
yes. So next you have to assign IP address to a particular VLAN. That means we are applying VLAN 10 over here, VLAN 10, VLAN 10. Then configuration IP for switch as well as for the routers. Configuration part, that means you have to apply IP address to the particular switch, particular router. Then test the connectivity. जो main part रहेगा, test the connectivity between directly connected switches, whether it is switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, and routers and PC1 to PC2. Can anybody tell me how we can test the connectivity? How we can test the connectivity? Sagar.
Yes, sir.
Sagar, how we can connect the connectivity? How we can check?
सर पहले हम जैसे आपने बोला कि सर्वर और स्विचेस और पीसी को इंटरकनेक्ट करेंगे किसी भी मीडियम के साथ, उसके बाद सर रन करेंगे.
ठीक है. तो टेस्ट कैसे करेंगे? टेस्ट द कनेक्टिविटी बिटवीन डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड स्विचेस, रूटर्स. कनेक्टिविटी टेस्ट कैसे होती है?
सर वो नहीं पता.
यस शिवम.
सर पिंग कमांड।
अब देखो बाकियों को ये भी नहीं पता कि how we can check the connectivity between the devices, or whether we are talking about a switch or whether we are talking about the router. To check the connectivity, that means we have to use ping command for that. We are sending ping command to the destination, if whether our destination is connected with us or not. और ping command के लिए which protocol we use for ping command? Yes, Shivam.
ICMP।
ICMP. ठीक है. So next is to save the configuration file. That means you have to save all the configuration part, then display saved configuration file. जो भी आपने यहाँ पे अप्लाई किया है, you have to display and check whether you applied all the configuration part, because you must achieve all the following tasks. So this is your assignment. आज आपके ग्रुप में आ जाएगी and you have to submit by next Friday. Next, yes, Shivam.
सर नहीं, वो गलती से हैंड रेस हो गया।
So now I'm going to launch second goal question. So attempt this second goal question. Is there any doubt in the case of link aggregation? Yeah, why we are applying link aggregation over there? Okay. Next is so in this case there is a application in the interface network. So application of interface network is that only implement in case of the core aggregation layer. So there is no connection in the access layer. In this case, there is no connection in the access layer. As seen in your diagram, there is a WAN network over there. Then we have the internet. They all the router are connected with each other. That means they apply connectivity between with the help of internet, and they apply link aggregation between switch A and switch B. They apply link aggregation with switch C and switch D. So next we are having link aggregation mode. So we have two modes to apply link aggregation. One is manual. The second one is LACP mode. Manual mode and LACP mode. Here LACP that stands for link aggregation control protocol. LACP stands for link aggregation control protocol. There are two modes. So in the case of manual mode, all the three links are in access layer. No backup link is there. Load balancing is automatically happen in the case of manual mode. On the other hand, LACP mode, the backup layer is there in the case of aggregation layer. So only two links act as a active link and one as a backup link. So only in LACP mode you can create active and backup link. You can only create active and backup link in the case of LACP mode. So maximum 8 link can be connected with the both the modes. Next we are having data flow control. That means so now we now see what are the condition required for implementing the link aggregation layer. So in the case of first condition is all the links are in full duplex mode. And duplex mode that shows to it should be same in both sides. And speed should also be same. And suppose these are the conditions for making the link aggregation. Data flow means either same source MAC address or either same destination MAC address or either same source and destination MAC address, either same source IP address or either same destination IP address and either same source and destination IP address. So next we are next move to the configuration part. Suppose there is only two ports. So this example is under the layer 2 aggregation. So how we can apply aggregation port or a trunk port to a particular device? That is, if you want to verify the command after configuring, you people know very well how to check the configuration part. So first you apply interface Ethernet trunk 1, then applied interface gigabit Ethernet between the devices. So next you must apply Ethernet -trunk 1. That means we are applying trunk bunch of 1. Then same command for Ethernet 2 gigabit. Because we are having two cables between switch A and switch B, and we want to create a bunch of we want to apply a link aggregation over there. That means we have to apply a trunk port. So this is the command. First go enter into the trunk port, then apply, then goes to the particular interface, then apply trunk port over there, then apply same configuration part for second port, because we are having two connection. One is G001, the second connection is G002. So next is link aggregation configuration part. So now this is a layer 3 aggregation. There is a two routers. So by default Ethernet trunk is in layer 2. So you have to give command you have to give command that is undo port switch for layer 3 trunk aggregation. So after that you will give IP address. So after that you will give IP address. First undo the port switch, then after that assigning IP address to the particular device. Then quit, whether you want to write complete quit word or queue. Then for next interface. So this is a way to apply layer 3 link aggregation configuration part. Where L3, that is layer 3. Next is how we can display the interface, that is display interface Ethernet trunk 1. If you want to display a particular interface that applied, that is Ethernet trunk 1. So next these are the question that we already did. So next topic is VLAN principles. VLAN, that is stands for Virtual Local Area Network.
Yes, sir.
Next is VLAN, that is Virtual Local Area Network. So VLAN, is a sub network which can group together collection of devices on the separate physical LAN. So that means that overcome the problem of physical LAN. Here we are applying multiple PCs with a single switch. That means multiple PCs we are connecting with a single switch. So the advantages, so best advantages of VLAN, that is it provides the security to the network and reduce the cost. Let's solve the broadcast problem. So in layer 3 we have mechanism to control the size of broadcast image. And in layer 2 there is no mechanism to control the broadcast image, but with the help of VLAN you can control the broadcast image. So what is the limitation of LAN? So this is the limitation of LAN. There is no broadcast domain to manage expanding local area network. So this is the limitation of the LAN connectivity. But on the other hand, there is a technology that is virtual LAN. But in the case of VLAN, there is one LAN network with multiple PCs, and we can create multiple groups. That means we reduce broadcast domain and VLAN that enable logical isolations of traffic at the data link layer. Suppose one switch have 24 ports. And 12 ports for each, two VLAN. Suppose we want to create a two VLAN over there. That means suppose we are having one switch, we are having 24 ports. We want to apply to VLAN. That means individual four capital letters 12 code each. So PCs do not know about the VLAN environment. Suppose PC1 in a group 2. In this case, we are having two groups. Create this diagram. This is one group. This is another group. Suppose this is group 2. That is suppose PC1 in group 2. Suppose PC1 in group 2 send to data to any PC. On that time, that particular frame is untapped frame. When it goes to the switch, then switch will add tag into the frame. Suppose it's an untapped frame in the PC. Then this switch tag the frame into the tag into the frame. Then we are having the VLAN frame format. So in this case, normal Ethernet header is untagged frame. Normal Ethernet header is untagged frame. One tag added into the frame. So in the case of VLAN is 4 byte. In the case of VLAN, there is 4 byte tag. VLAN tag is 4 byte. But this 4 byte is divided into two categories. 2 byte for PPID and 2 byte for TCI. So here PPID, that means tunneling protocol control. We can say that tunneling protocol identifier. So in the case of TCI, that means tunneling control identifiers. So in this case, PPID, that is fixed value of hexadecimal. Hexadecimal, for example, like 0xAP to 100, that is fixed value. Fixed value for this PPID. And identification of VLAN. Then after that, here we are applying IEEE protocol. IEEE, we can say that format for VLAN. That means we are applying 802.1q. On the other hand, this PCI, that is tunneling control identifier, we are applying here BCP, that is priority control point. So that priority control point, that use the quality of a service. Quality of a service, or we can say that the voice communication between the two devices. So in the case of VLAN ID, in the case of VLAN ID, that is the range for VLAN ID is from 0 to 4095. This is the range from assign the VLAN ID to a particular device, that is from 0 to 49. But we cannot use 0 and 4095. We cannot use these two numbers, because these numbers are the reserve numbers. So again, that means we have a number from 1 to 4094 to assign a particular ID to a VLAN. So again, 1 is a default value for VLAN. Again, 1 is a default value for the VLAN. Is there any doubt in VLAN formats? Now I'm going to launch the another cool question. So ये जो कूल क्वेश्चन आपके सामने है ना, दोनों क्वेश्चन के मल्टीपल आंसर है. नहीं, ये कूल 3 है आपका, ये सिंगल ऑप्शन ही है. There is only one option. हाँ जी वेदांत. Yes, Vedant. वेदांत, यस जोबन।
सर पोल के आंसर क्या थे?
पोल के आंसर,
हाँ जी
पोल के आंसर थे हमारे पास, पोल के आंसर थे, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन का आंसर जो था दैट इज विच ऑफ द क्वेश्चन इज विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग प्रॉब्लम आर नॉट कॉज्ड बाय राउटिंग लूप्स। सो आंसर फॉर दिस इज राउटिंग रीस्टार्टिंग। सो आंसर
सर
फॉर
ए
सेकंड,
ऑप्शन।
नहीं सी, सी
सर इसके
ऑप्शन।
सर 2-3 ऑप्शन नहीं आ सकते सर इसके?
इसकी
सर 2-3 ऑप्शंस
नेक्स्ट
ए बी।
क्वेश्चन, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन जो था ना, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन अभी मैं डालूंगा पोल 4, उसमें
हाँ जी
मल्टीपल चॉइसेस है, चारों
पता
भी
नहीं
हो
सर।
सकते हैं, दो भी हो सकते हैं,
हाँ
तीन भी हो
जी
सकते हैं। ये जो क्वेश्चन है ये सिंगल ऑप्शन वाला है, सिंगल चॉइस का था। ठीक है,
ओके सर।
तो
सर
जो
सेकंड का आंसर?
सेकंड का आंसर है वो भी सी है, 169.254.2.33, बिकॉज 00 जो है बाय डिफॉल्ट when we are requesting to the DHCP server, okay, we want new IP address. Second जो है 127.0.0.1, that is for the loopback address, and all 255 that means broadcast. So the correct answer is C in the case of pool 3 question, and system is unable to communicate with DHCP server. So उसका भी आंसर जो था वो C ही है। ठीक है,
ओके सर।
so next that is link types. So link types, that means we are talking about the different port, because in this case we are having now we will discuss trunk and access port in this case. So in VLAN there is two type of links, two types of links. One is trunk port, another is access port. So in the case of trunk port, that means multiple VLANs are connected. In the case of trunk port, multiple VLANs are connected between switches to switches. Trunk port, multiple VLANs are connected and they are connected with switches to switches, as shown in the given example, PPT's example. Trunk port is देखो सेम है, आपकी असाइनमेंट भी थी। This is I am going to show the assignment. So this is your assignment. Here you can just see there is a trunk port that applies between the switches. When we are talking about the access port, that means we are directly connected to the users. Access port, that means we are directly connected to the users. Here you can just see your switch 2 is directly connected with the PC1. So that means here we apply access port. That means there is only single VLAN connection over there. We can apply multiple VLAN on a switch. We can apply VLAN 10, VLAN 20, but in the case of access port, you only can single VLAN connection. But in Huawei, there is yes, Abhinav. Hello. Yes, Abhinav. So, but in the case of Huawei, there is one more type of port is available, that is hybrid. In the case of Huawei, there is one more type of port that is available in the case of Huawei, that is hybrid. Hybrid that is combination of access and trunk. So in Huawei switches, default link type is hybrid. In the case of Huawei, the default link type is hybrid. So next we are having that is port VLAN ID. So here you just assign port VLAN ID. So by default VLAN ID for that port is in the given image we create access port layer and trunk port and assign PBIDs. And assign PBID where whenever data transfer from first PC to any PC that contain the ID, that means PBID. Suppose I am taking the example for this. Suppose we are having two switches, one switch 2. PC1 is there, that is connected with switch 1, PC2, PC3, PC4. Suppose there is a PBID. Suppose in this case, whenever they PC1 want to transfer a packet to any other PC that contain PVID, for this. So first they will send untagged frame. First they send untagged frame to the switch one. Then switch will tag one frame as VLAN frame. Untagged frame. And here switch tag one frame as VLAN frame, and PVID is mandatory to assign every access layer. PVID is mandatory to assign every access layer. So here is an access layer. Here is a suppose we want to trunk port. So next is we are having different port type, that is access. So in the given image, we have three access ports. We have three access ports, A, B, and C. So I'm going to draw this image. Suppose in this case, access port that remove VLAN tag from forwarding frame, and host A. Host A, they are having PVID is 10, host B, PVID is 2, host C, that is PVID C, sorry 10. So when frame with tag number 10, then they will send frame to PC2. then they will send frame to PC2 because of switch behavior. So in frame ID2, they will only receive by the host B, because basic behavior of a switch is to broadcast the data. So that is why they send complete frame to all. They send complete frame to all the number of connected PCs with the with switch 1. So next we are having trunk port. So trunk port that work in multiple switches. They work in multiple switches. So in trunk port, PBID is not mandatory. So PBID is not mandatory, but in access port it is mandatory to assign the PBID to a particular port. So in the given image, host A is sending, suppose host A sending untagged frame referring to a switch A. To a switch A. Suppose here is switch A. And here is switch B. Here is PC4. Here is PC4. Then switch A and switch A add tag with 10. Switch A add tag with 1. Sorry, 10. And send two others. Number of switches, suppose there switch A that connected with the number of switches. It will send all the switches. Suppose there is only one switch that is connected with the switch A, but not into the host B. They cannot send, this is host B, they cannot send this tag frame to this ID. They can send to this ID. So next, that is first switch A. First switch A. This switch A will send frame to trunk port. Because here is a trunk port. Trunk port, and if switch will receive frame with tag, then they will remove the tag. But if it will receive untagged frame, then they will add a tag. So trunk port only one PBID, only untagged frame will travel with all switches. The switch, so switch A in the case of same PBID, but if untagged frame of other group, which will assign the tag with their PBIDs. So this is a way to travel the different frames. So next is hybrid. So hybrid, that means default port type of Huawei. So in this case, hosts do not know the tag. That is why switch remove tag from the each frame. So in this case, VLAN assignment methods now assign the VLAN. So that is the based upon the port. So in the case of MAC-based address, IP-based address, protocol-based address, or different policies-based address. So port-based address, VLAN 5, suppose depends upon a port. MAC-based address, IP-based address, protocol-based, and policy-based. So next, how we can create VLAN. So you just write VLAN 10. Suppose we want to apply VLAN 10. So you just write VLAN 10, then press enter key. Then after pressing enter key, you just type batch for the particular VLAN, whether VLAN batch 2 to 20. So it's a multiple group or different batches. You can type any batch, that is if you want to create a 2 batch or 3 batch. So next we are creating the VLAN. So now you can verify this using the command display VLAN. And you must know about the second row from the table. So here common means we have create manual VLAN. Common means we have created a manual VLAN. In this case, receive traffic is tagged and forward traffic is untagged. So next, the setting up the port link type. So assign port type to a particular link. So port link type trunk, port link type trunk to assign a particular. After that, to assign the particular gigabit Ethernet connection. Then apply the access port link type access. So these are the command to configure the trunk port and access port. So next is assigning port to a particular VLAN. So now create VLAN. Under VLAN only you create a port or name of the interface. So assigning the value for every port with the help of command. So these are the command in front of the PPTs. Port gigabit Ethernet 001. This is an interface for this PC. Then for a gigabit Ethernet 0/0/5 for a particular this host A. So next we are having verifying the VLAN assignments. So verifying the VLAN assignment, that means we just type a command display VLAN. Then you just assume that untagged port are access port and tagged ports are trunk port. That is untagged ports. So next is forwarding over the trunk. So in this case now forwarding the trunk. So first port link hyphen type trunk, second port trunk VVID VLAN 10. Then third is port trunk allow port VLAN 2. So in the case of VLAN 1 is default, so VLAN 1 is allowed to send traffic, and in the case of VLAN 2 and 3, that means only allow VLAN 2 and VLAN 3 pass the value, not even previous command VLAN 10. So here, that means this is null and void. They cannot send traffic to the network. So next is display VLAN, where untagged is tagged. Now configuring hybrid port. So now configuring hybrid ports, the first command is same for all the ports. If you want to create hybrid port, then you must type command port hybrid untagged layer 3. Port hybrid then next is here you are doing tagged VLAN 2 and 3. Port hybrid tagged VLAN 2 and 3. So let's display again VLAN, that is that shows the type of ports, whether it is untagged and tagged port that shown in VLAN environment. Next, the configuration part of hybrid port link type hybrid VLAN 3, untagged VLAN 2 and 3. Again, the configuration part of so this is the last in voice VLAN. So voice over IP. So this is work with the voice over IPs. So where we use VLAN with voice, you have to configure first or assign the privileges to a particular device. So here is the enable VLAN voice. So voice hyphen VLAN 2, that is enable. Then after that VLAN voice mode, that is auto. So auto, that is specifically for automatic the transformation. So next is configuration part of the VLAN voice status. So next we are having two questions for that. First is if a trunk line has a PVID of 5 and the command for trunk allow pass wheel and 2 and 3 is used, which wheel and traffic will be carried over the trunk? So answer for this question, that is only traffic allowed by VLAN 2 and VLAN 3. So question 2, what action will be taken by an access port with the PVID of 2 when receiving an untagged frame? So answer for this question is same value tagged will be received and check MAC address. So this is all about the VLAN principles or DHCP or link aggregation or Telnet. So after that, I'm going to launch our last poll question. So in this poll question, question 1 and question 2, they are having multiple answers. Multiple answer means maybe maybe two choices are there, maybe 3, maybe 4 in both of the questions. You just attempt this full question. Multiple options for question 1 and multiple answers for multiple answer for both the questions. So first question is IP routing table contain which of the following information? With multiple choice: destination network address cost, metric, outgoing interface, next hop address. Second question is a network administrator use a ping command to check for points of failure in the network. Which protocol will you use during this process? Again, it's multiple choice question. These types of questions come in your final exam. These are the previous question papers. जितने भी पूल क्वेश्चंस हैं that depends upon that comes from your previous question paper, final exams questions. Now I am going to end the poll. So last 10 seconds, I'm going to end the poll. So I'm going to share the results. So answer for first question is all the options are correct. IP routing table that contain all the options that contain destination network address cost, metric, outgoing interface, next hop address. So answer for second question is a network administrator use a ping command to check. So answer for this question answer is A and C. That is ICMP protocol and UDP protocol. So I'm going to stop sharing the result. So is there any doubt? Just raise your hand. Yes, यस जोबन।
सर जैसे ये 3 ऑप्शंस करेक्ट होते हैं, इनमें से कोई एक भी दे दो और करेक्ट हो जाएगा।
नो, गलत होगा।
मतलब जैसे पहले के 4
जैसे फर्स्ट
सारी
क्वेश्चन
ऑप्शन
था,
थी।
फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन था, उसकी चारों ऑप्शन ही करेक्ट थी। सपोज उसकी चारों ही करेक्ट थी और आपने 3 पे टिक कर दिया, चौथे पे टिक नहीं किया, तो दैट वाज रॉन्ग क्वेश्चन, वो गलत माना जाएगा।
लेकिन सर उसमें तो फिर ऐसे होना चाहिए ना, ऑल ऑफ दीज भी ऑप्शन होनी चाहिए, फिर सारे
ऐसे
लगा दो फिर।
ऐसे ऐसे नहीं होता, इसका पेपर ऐसे ही आएगा, साथ में लिखा होगा मल्टीपल, बट मल्टीपल मेंशन नहीं किया होगा कि ऑल ऑफ दी अबव होगा या 2 होगा या 3 होगा। समटाइम्स मेंशन किया होता है देयर इज ओनली 2 ऑप्शंस। तो जब तो लिखा है देयर इज ओनली 2 ऑप्शंस, दैट मींस देयर इज ओनली 2 ऑप्शन। बट जब लिखा है देयर इज मल्टीपल चॉइस, तो मल्टीपल आंसर मींस मल्टीपल आंसर, वेदर इट इज 2, 3 और 4। मल्टीपल मींस मल्टीपल, वो होंगे ही होंगे मल्टीपल। बट
ओके सर।
समटाइम्स स्टूडेंट्स क्या करते हैं, एक मल्टीपल क्वेश्चन में भी एक पे टिक करके बाकी ब्लैंक छोड़ देते हैं, वो भी गलत हो जाएगा। एनी डाउट? यस तनवीर।
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
यस मॉर्निंग।
सर ये तो मेंशन होगा ना कि ये मल्टीपल है, मतलब एक से ज्यादा
यस
है
यस
इसका
यस
आंसर।
यस यस
ठीक है,
आपके
पता
जो
चल जाएगा ना हमें।
यस आपके जो टोटल नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस होंगे फाइनल पेपर में, टोटल नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन इज 60। फ्रॉम 1
हाँ
to
जी।
40 देयर इज ओनली वन आंसर, वन चॉइस, सिंगल आंसर। बट 41 to 60 देयर इज मल्टीपल चॉइस आंसर, उसमें मल्टीपल होंगे, वो मेंशन किया होगा पेपर में भी।
ओके ओके सर।
Any other doubt? Okay, now I'm going to end the meeting.